Yo, what's up guys? Happy Snail here. Today I'm going to be talking about my take on vegetables, why I think we shouldn't be eating them, and just plants in general. So my first take on this is that fruits have seeds. When you eat fruits and you spit out or you shit out the seed, you create more trees. You're part of the reproductive process for those trees. That's part of the reason why fruits taste good. We evolved with these trees to help them reproduce. So the fruits tasting good is kind of a reward. It's telling us, eat me. So technically, in a way, the trees are actually wanting you to eat the fruit. They intend on a human specimen or somebody who's capable of spreading the seed to eat the fruit. But with plants like leafy greens and spinach, there is no seed to discard. When you eat this plant, you're simply taking its life, or whatever you want to consider. I don't know if it's really living, but you take its life in a way. And because of this reason, the spinach has to protect itself. The leafy green has to protect itself, so that's why it tastes bad. In tasting bad, plants protect themselves from being eaten, because they aren't like fruits. They don't reproduce trees when they're eaten. They just die. That's why spinach is bitter. That's why peppers are spicy. But you may say peppers have seeds, but those seeds are meant for birds, the capsaicin seeds. This is just an example of the coevolution between animals and plants. Birds evolved with those plants so that they could take the pepper seed and eat it or whatever. But for humans, peppers are extremely spicy in nature. But of course, the peppers we have today are designed to be more tolerable. The majority of people don't actually like vegetables, and the people that like them are lying, or they only like it when you crush a rock on it and cook it with some fat, because that would mean that it's closer to your body temperature, which is why we like warm food, by the way. It has fats, which you like, and it has sodium, which you like. By the way, fat and sodium, two things that are naturally present in animal foods. So it's like you're almost making it as close to animals as you can so that you can feel comfortable to eat it. Also, what animal doesn't like their natural food? And maybe you'll say, oh, I like vegetables, but then again, there are a ton of people who hate them. Why would a single human even hesitate at liking vegetables if we were designed to eat them, if they were the best thing for us? Also, for example, when you give a baby vegetables, or like a kid, why do they dislike broccoli or certain vegetables so much? Why would a human that hasn't been even given the opportunity to be brainwashed or taken out of their natural instincts dislike something that they evolved to eat? It's simple really with vegetables. We aren't designed to eat them, so we try to design them so we can eat them. With animals, you fight then you eat, and with plants, you eat then you fight. One of the fights is done physically, one of the fights is done internally. And there are no anti-nutrients in animals. If there were anti-nutrients in animals somehow, it would just be their ability to fight back. And even then, that's a given if you're hunting them down. If you really look into it too, there aren't really many reasons why vegetables are actually healthy. Their nutrients lack bioavailability, their protein lacks completeness, and vegetables just contain so much insoluble fiber. It's just so harsh on your gut. And I mean, like, if you really want fiber that badly, you might as well just eat fruit. Fruit has all the fiber you need. I mean, humans didn't evolve eating vegetables, they evolved eating fruit, so I mean, it clearly is enough. Then people always get me with this point. But it still contains nutrients and vitamins. How come it's not good for me? Everything that listens to the sun contains nutrients and vitamins. Everything that's living contains nutrients and vitamins. Does that mean it's good for you? Living things protect themselves all the time. And fighting and protecting isn't always good for the one on the other end. So if a living thing is living and it contains nutrition, it doesn't make it good. Your tongue isn't here for you to enjoy. Your tongue isn't here for you to taste something good. Your tongue is a safety system, and the good taste is telling you to eat something. It's giving you a rewarding feeling to promote eating something that tastes good, because in nature, things that taste good are healthy. Good taste is a health indicator of something. But because we understand that now, we've been able to artificially manufacture health indicators into unhealthy food and get people to eat junk food. So to make something taste good, you essentially just have to make your brain think it's healthy or think it's worth a lot. That's why, for example, a very unhealthy thing is to mix sugar and fats. That would upregulate the Randle cycle, and it makes people fat. It causes metabolic disorders a lot. And it just so happens to be that sugar and fat combined is one of the most delicious things to humans that exists. And that is because it signals high caloric value, high energy density, something that's going to keep you alive for a while. But we don't actually need that anymore. We have access to everything. We don't need to shove our faces with stuff just because we think it's going to keep us alive. We know we're going to live. Also, how could meat even be bad if it's the reason we exist? I mean, just forget the fact that we've been slaying mammoths for our whole existence or whatever. If red meat didn't exist, neither would we. It's literally the reason we exist. It's the reason we're here, but we should only eat it 2 times a week max? Yeah, bro, that makes sense, right? Anyways, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe.